Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. May God forgive him. Aisha Buhari mourns Karim. The First Lady, Aisha Buhari, today joined other Nigerians to mourn Abba Karim, praying to God to forgive him all his shortcomings, that, that God should forgive the late Chief of Staff to the President all his sins and shortcomings. Mr. Karim died in Lagos from coronavirus complications on Friday. His body was moved to Abuja Friday morning and buried in line with the Islamic custom. Tribune have poured in from the late Tributes have been poured in for the late Chief of Staff on Saturday with condolences from other former Nigerian leaders, Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and top diplomats from the United Kingdom and European Union also joined the prayers for the memorial and the family. Mrs. Buhari, in a tweet post, consoled with Mr. Karim's family and prayed for a quick end to the virus ravaging the world. I console with Mrs. Kulam Abba Karim and the entire family of the late Malam Abba Karim over the death of her husband and their father. I pray that God will forgive his shortcoming, grant him something in their language, and give the family the fortitude and patience to bear the loss. Amen. While wishing all this infected a speedy recovery, and I pray for the end to coronavirus pandemic. Mrs. Buhari did not describe her relationship with her husband most powerful aide in his condolence visit and message. Mrs. Buhari turns reaction to Mr. Karim's passing forward social media speculation about how the Chief of Staff passing would have paved the way for her to exercise a better influence in her husband's administration. She started trending alongside Mr. Karim on Nigerian Twitter Saturday morning with users and the public front online. In the course of his 5 years role as the Chief of Staff to Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, Mr. Karim have repeatedly attacked Mrs. Aisha Buhari for allegedly undermining her efforts to viral control. She has also attacked Mr. Buhari's nephew, Mama Dara, in the past. In one of her outbursts against the Chief of Staff, who was seen in highly influential in the administration, Mrs. Karim said Garuba Shehu and other aides of the president repeatedly disregarded her at the instance of Mr. Karim. Some Nigerians wondered how Mrs. Buhari, who has no constitutional or administrative role in governance, could be allegedly insubordinated. Until his deceased passed on Friday, Mr. Karim did not openly contacted Mrs. Buhari allegedly. Well, we know that the person of Mrs. Buhari and Abba Karim were at loggerheads all through the tenure of all through his life while he was serving Buhari. He served Buhari for 5 years, starting from 2015 when President Muhammadu was democratically elected in to become the president of Nigeria. Mrs. Buhari, they had different occasions. She even went on Twitter, sent messages, different occasions and different, messages or outbursts on the person of Baba Karim taking over her husband's presidency. She was always on and on and on about his activities. She went at some points to say, where are the men? She was very bitter, saying, where are the men, because they've taken over the leadership of the country, that where are the men? They need to come out and they need to speak up that the governance has has been taken over. These were some of the allegations of Mrs. Muhammadu Buhari against the person of Abba Karim. So they had their own issues. And now that he passed on, we saw that Mrs. Buhari did not, refer to him in any close relationship per se. And what she kept saying was, referring to him in a passive way, saying, yeah, he's gone, may his soul, may God forgive him, may God forgive him, may his soul rest, and may he grant the family the fortitude to bear the loss. So very, not connected, not that one-on-one kind of connection you might want to say or say about somebody that was a bit close. We know that they had their issues. Mrs. Buhari was not a fan of Abba Karim. At some point, she alleged that she was locked out of a particular room. Abba Karim was taking over her husband's presidency, and a lot of issues here and there during his lifetime. And we also heard an alleged statement of Mrs. Buhari sacking away all Abba Karim's staff as soon as he contracted coronavirus and was in hospital. We learned that Mrs. Buhari quickly sacked all his staff. That was still, it was really a bone of contention. People saying, what's going to happen after now? You have sacked his staff. Does that mean that he's not coming back? Because when he come back, what are you going to say? What is he going to recruit those same staff? There's going to be, that there'll be that itch is there and there, and not going to be, there's not going to be that smooth relationship, So there's going to be, and she sacked all his staff. There was also another alleged matter saying that why he was in hospital as well, recovering, being treated for coronavirus. There was also the issue that she, took out the things in his office and burnt his office. There was different allegations as to, we know, bottom line is the person of Mrs. Buhari, Aisha Buhari, and the person of Aisha Buhari and Abba Karim were not best of friends. No, they were not friends at all. Both of them were, two different species, two different people. Aisha Buhari was always against Abba Karim, saying he was taking over her husband's leadership and the presidency and was leading, and she wasn't happy at all. And she didn't, and she made it clear. Mrs. Buhari is someone that will go online on Twitter and would say her mind, what she feels. She will express herself. She doesn't give a thought. She doesn't, she will just say it as it is. So Mrs. Aisha Buhari and Abba Karim were not the best of friends. And on his passing, her words were very, not intimate, not people that were allies or close friends. She just went on to say, may God bless give the family, Mrs. Karim, the fortitude to bear the loss, and also the children, may God take care of them. And the most thing she said was that God will, also grant, Abba Karim, God will forgive him. So these are some of the matter that we are hearing about. So more is being revealed about their relationship. So the issues are there, going on. More is being revealed regarding their relationship, and more and more is being exposed as to what is going on. So people, this is the matter going on. This is the bone of contention right now. These are some of the matter reaching us. When the ships are down, we will begin to know everything that has happened, and things will begin to unfold. So yeah, so you see, this is very shocking how Aisha Buhari, reacted to Abba Karim's passing. Her reaction is quite, that they are not friends, and she's not hiding it at all. So these are some of the things. Abba Karim, we know, is one person that was a great influence on Muhammadu Buhari's administration. We are yet to hear from so many things, issues going on in the regime. We just want to say that Abba Karim has finally gone home. It's finally gone, and so this is the matter. This is the issue at the hour. Mrs. Buhari did, our reaction was rather, he's gone, he's gone. May God forgive him. He's rather very, very vague. Not really like God. May God forgive him. So my people, what do you think? Don't forget to like, or share, subscribe, click on the notification button so you can keep you up to date. We're here to keep you up to date with all that is going on in Nigeria and around the world. You can send your condolences to Buhari and also Abba Karim's family because they are going through. May God grant them the fortune to bear the loss, and also Buhari himself. Anyway, thanks, my people. God bless you. Bye.